Good morning, everybody. Welcome to SASKS Academy at South Kent School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. This morning, the Academy playing the back end of a home-and-home with the Yale U15 Bulldogs. We are in South Kent, Connecticut at the Stock. Good morning, everybody. I'm Wells Aiken. Glad to have you with us on YouTube again this morning. The SASKS Academy U15 Nationals getting set to take on the Yale Bulldogs U15 in their third meeting this season. In the initial meeting back at the Yale Showcase on October 1st, the Academy a 3-0 victor. And yesterday, they come away with a 3-1 win on the strength of goals by Will Rinaldi, who got the scoring started. Then shortly after, Zach Van Dale tied it for the Bulldogs. The Academy come back down the other end, and Jack Williams with a big assist to Victor Chinekanair. Chinekanair gets the goal that would be the game winner, and Nick DeSantis added an empty net goal for the 3-1 victory yesterday. The Academy dominating that game territorially and shots on goal-wise, as they peppered Yale Bulldogs goaltender Alex Rolfe with shots, and Rolfe stood tall yesterday, and not sure whether he will get the start today or Carmine Andronovich, but we will see as the team's getting ready to take the ice here. The Zamboni just finishing up, and they're letting the ice settle down. About 3 minutes now until the teams take the ice, so while we're waiting for them, let's take a look at the lineups for the Academy. As always, coached by head coach Scott Gainey and assistant coach John O'Connor. Getting the training duty today is Craig Carvalho. Goaltenders for the Academy, number 1, Bennett Jung, and number 31, Tommy Aiken. At forward, number 11, Ryan Miknich, number 9, Victor Chinekanair, number 15, Jack Williams, number 10, Colin Anna, number 14, Nick DeSantis, number 19, Will Rinaldi, number 16, Justin Gordon, number 22, Jake Stapert, number 29, Jack Gorton, number 24, Jaden Boreanaz, number 37, Felix Gavers, and number 26, Tyler Silverstein. On defense for the Academy, number 3, Charlie DeRoche, number 4, Caden Varga, number 20, Austin Cook, number 7, Frank Jurasevich, number 6, Josh Steele, and as we mentioned yesterday, Aiden Erishman with a broken collarbone out for the next 8 weeks. Turning now to the 15 national statistics, the Academy still being led by Nick DeSantis. He added a goal yesterday. Again, these are not updated from last weekend. We will update them after play today in time for next weekend's broadcast. But coming into Wednesday night's game, DeSantis had the lead with 32 points, 15 goals, 17 assists. Jack Williams with 12 goals and 14 assists for 26 points right behind him. Chinekanair, Gordon, Rinaldi, Miknich, Jurasevich, Cook, DeRoche, Steele, Anna, and Gavers round out your top 10, with those three having a three-way tie for 10th with 7 points. Your goal-scoring leaders, Nick DeSantis leads the way with 15 goals, followed by Chinekanair, Williams. Will Rinaldi added a goal yesterday, so he's up to 9 goals now, and Ryan Miknich. Your assist leaders, DeSantis also at the top of that leaderboard with 17 assists on the season. Jack Williams with a big assist yesterday, checking in at the number 2 spot. Victor Chinekanair, Charlie DeRoche, and Justin Gordon. And Tommy Aiken continuing to lead all goaltenders with a 1.00 goals against average and a .946 save percentage. Taking a look now at our Kings of the Hill segment, where we take a look cross-sectionally at the U15, U16, and U18 teams. Taking a look at the points leader, Josh Lawrence, continuing to dominate at the U16 level. He is, of course, an 0-2 and a Boston University commit, and he has 39 points on the season. I'm sure he's added to that this season. Will Margell, Nick DeSantis, Ethan Phillips, Jack Williams, Victor Chinekanair, Ruben Rafkin, Kyle Haskins, Spencer Kring, Ryan Coughlin, and P.J. Fletcher round out your top 10 point leaders. Goal-scoring leaders across the Academy, Will Margell with 18 tallies on the season, Josh Lawrence and Nick DeSantis with 15 each, and Chinekanair and Phillips with 13 each. Your assist leaders, Lawrence leading the pack there with 24, followed by Nick DeSantis, and then a couple defensemen getting in on the action, Kring and Rafkin both with 16 assists, and Margell rounding out your top 5 assist leaders. Save percentage and goals against leaders, Matt Sankner still with some absurd numbers, .964 save percentage and a .57 goals against average. And he's followed by Tommy Aiken and Matt Steffen. And those are your Kings of the Hill for this week. Taking a look now at the Yale roster. The Yale Bulldogs, of course, coached by head coach Joe Bologna and Steve Novador. Goaltenders Alex Rolfe and Carmine Andronovich. We'll see who gets the start today. Rolfe played admirably yesterday in a 3-1 loss. As the Academy taking the ice here, and I will be joined shortly here by Scott Willard, who just stepped into the broadcast booth. You know, Scott, I almost feel like, having listened to the Yankees a lot recently, so I feel like Susan Waldman, because Susan Waldman does the pregame show, and she does the whole thing by herself. And then John Sterling gets such recognition that as soon as he steps in, she gives him a big introduction. And now stepping up to the mic, Scott Willard. So I feel like you're the John Sterling of youth hockey. But
those are big shoes to fill, that's for sure.
So taking a look at the roster for the Bulldogs, it almost looks like a casualty list, as we've got Aiden Cobb out with a concussion, I believe, still. We've got Aiden Hotchkiss playing, but we've got Bobby Barrasso, big Bobby Barrasso, out serving the second game of a 2-game suspension.
That's right.
Danny Ferricelli has an ACL injury, so he's out.
That's a tough absence for this team for sure, Wells.
And now I think we get to some players who are actually here. Number 13, Kyle Stober. Number 14, Hayden Riva. Number 15, Ben Boyd. Number 16, Cole Brennan. Number 17, Jack Maritolo. Number 18, Kenta Cato. Number 20, Zachary Van Dale. Number 21, Philip Macris. Number 22, Jacob Trout. Number 23, C.J. Zezima. Number 92, Chris Hipson. And on defense for Yale, number 2, Birch Gorman. Number 3, Brian Haywood. Number 4, Chris Avalone. Number 5, Kyle Kwasinski. Number 6, Cam Grilovich. Is he wearing 6 or 30 today?
Let's see what he's got on today. Oh, I see number 6. He's wearing his, because I see Carmine dress. But I think, Wells, we may be missing Brian Haywood as well, who in the game where Bobby got his suspension may have had a bit of a head injury himself. So we're
all right, so Haywood looks like a unhealthy scratch, and we will retire Grilovich as we have number 6, Cam Grillo, back in the lineup. And we have Max Willard, and you know what? Whether he wears number 8 or not, Cam Partridge, unfortunately, is always going to be.
He's always going to be the cartridge.
He's going to be the cartridge.
That's where he is.
Taking a look at the U15 rankings, Little Caesars still atop the top spot. Minnesota Blades moving up to number 2 this week. They had a big couple of wins last weekend over Team Wisconsin. I think they beat them in one game, 12-2. Buffalo Junior Sabres checking in at 3, Chicago Mission, Virtual Hockey, St. Louis Blues, your Selects Academy 15 Nationals checking in at number 7. They moved up a spot. Team Wisconsin dropping way down in the rankings. Minnesota Moose and the Phoenix Junior Coyotes round out your top 10 U15 teams. Taking a look now at the Yale Bulldogs, they are ranked 29th with a record of 13-4-2. That was coming into the weekend, a rating of 91.39. And as we said yesterday, looking at the ratings, that would make the Academy about a 2-goal favorite. And what did we see yesterday, Scotty? A 2-goal victory.
2-goal, yeah. You can't lie. You can't argue with the numbers. Well, that's for sure.
You can always have an upset, but the ratings tend to be fairly accurate. And as we always say, Scotty, on the broadcast, even though we're kind of giving you a spread, we don't think you should be betting on youth hockey games. And if you are, you probably should get some help.
That's right.
Taking a look at the ratings math for the Academy, if you take a look at the plus-minus column, that'll tell you where the Academy has under and overperformed, for those of you that don't understand the ratings math. So yesterday for the Academy actually was a slight minus, since they were a little over a 2-goal favorite. So we'll see what happens today. And these ratings obviously change during the season. And again, anything can happen out on the ice. So these ratings are kind of just for fun and to give you an idea.
And I heard from the rumor mill of 14-year-old and 15-year-old hockey players that Rochester took down Caesars at some point this week, and that may have been yesterday or Friday. But
wow,
I'm assuming that's a meaningful upset.
Between periods, we'll have to look into that. And finally, we take a look at the rankings across all 3 midget levels, U15, U16, U18. We just took a look at the 15s. Of course, the 16 Nationals, Selects Academy ranked at number 9. And the 18 Nationals had been at number 1 for the first 2 weeks of the season. In the Week 3 rankings, they dropped to number 2, but besides some school I've never heard of out in Minnesota. And we take a look now at the teams on the ice as we enter the final minute 30 of warm-ups.
What's the history of this building, Wells?
Well, the building was named after Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale. Admiral James Stockdale, if you recall, was a vice presidential candidate when Ross Perot ran as an independent. Mm-hmm. And Admiral Stockdale, both of his boys graduated from here. And I believe he was a graduate also, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I should know that, but I don't.
But it looks relatively new, last 10, 15 years?
Yeah, the building, I think the building was opened maybe 4 years ago. This program, of course, only in its 6th or 7th year. These are some statistics and facts. Being the home voice of the Selects Academy 15 Nationals, I should be on top of, but some of us have lives outside of youth hockey occasionally, so we'll try to get that information for you next time we get together.
The producers are on it right now. The van is working hard.
This is where we need a production truck and some graphics. I always used to joke with people that when they would see my GoPros or I'd film a game, and it had never risen to the level that we've gotten to now, but I always joked that by the time Tommy got to high school, I would have a production truck, and we're not far from it.
Not far.
We're not far from it. Some days with the Wi-Fi connection, I feel like we need a a satellite truck.
Northford building, the Yale home rink is really tricky for the Wi-Fi. But so it looks like normal way hockey today. Well, it's 3 17-minute periods.
3 17-minute periods is what we're going to play with 2 ice cuts. So the Academy gathering around the net as we get set to go here. Head coach Scott Gainey giving the troops some last-minute instructions at the bench. Had to like to see what he saw yesterday, puck control-wise, zone time, and shots on goal-wise. But I think he'd probably like to see a little more finish.
Yeah, I think the goaltending for Xander Rolfe yesterday was quite impressive, but probably fewer shots on net maybe than the South Kent team was looking for. And so I see Central Connecticut Capital. So that's the USA Hockey nomenclature for this program?
That is correct. And you guys are not the Yale Bulldogs. You're something else. I want to say, I always get it confused. I don't think it's East Haven, but you're...
Oh, no, this is the Yale Midget Hockey Junior Bulldogs. There's a different program that's East Haven.
No, but you've got a different name in the CHC. Oh, no, maybe not. You're right.
No, there's a different
Yale and
team.
Mid-Fairfield does have that. You're right. Because they are a full top-to-bottom youth hockey program. And we are underway here from the stock as DeRoche will control back in his zone. DeRoche sends it up the right wing side, leaves it for Rinaldi, and Rinaldi will dump it deep in the zone behind Carmine Andronovich, who's back in his number 30 jersey today after it was rented momentarily by Cam Grillo yesterday.
And there, we see Cole Brennan back yesterday. The gunnery schools got sometimes a hard time with the Saturday games, Wells, as you probably know. And
here comes Nick DeSantis moving in. DeSantis walking to the middle. DeSantis with a shot blocker, saved by Andronovich. And they're going to wave that one off as they're going to say that was either the net was off or that was deflected in with a glove. The rebound went out high, and the puck went into the goal. And it looked like it went off a body. Didn't see whether it was a... looks like it was a glove pass, and so going to bring it outside. So we're going to stop it here. 16:26 left to go in period number 1, and no score. Good scoring chance there for Nick DeSantis.
Indeed. Cartridge on the ice, Wells. Beware.
And off the draw, Gavers wins it back to Durasevich. It'll go far side now for Cook. Cook will send it near side boards. Gordon will chip it deep into the zone, and the Academy will chase. Stapered in deep now in the zone. And Gorton along the wall, chips it back to Cook. Cook will send it cross point to Durasevich. His shot in is steered aside by Andronovich, and the Academy will regroup at center as that puck comes out of the zone. Cook will chase now. He's hounded there by Riva. And now Hipson battle for the puck. And in goal for the Academy, we should mention, Bennett Jung getting the start. He's to our left, Andronovich to our right. Cook chasing in. He and Cartridge battle behind the net. And Hipson will come away at the puck. Hipson sending it up the right wing side, but not out of the zone as the Academy able to keep there. Williams moving in. Williams with a shot, and that deflected high and up into the air. Centering pass for Chinekanair. Shot, left pad stopped by Andronovich. And he got the rebound from Gordon, it looked like. Centering pass now, Chinekanair in front, sends it back to the point. Or check that, goes back to Chinekanair at the point. As Gordon and Williams chase now in the corner. Hard hit there as Avalone is knocked to the ice. Two former teammates there, Williams and Avalone with the Westchester Express. The puck will come back to the point now for DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot. That hits off some skates and goes left side half wall to Williams. Williams chased there by Boyd. And the Yale Bulldogs will be able to come back out of the zone. They are under tremendous pressure early in this game here as Steele will go back and chase for the Academy. Steele sending it up the left wing side. Gordon circles back, doesn't like what he sees, and will send it near side for DeRoche. DeRoche leaves it for Gordon. Gordon streaking up the right side. Gordon cutting to the middle. Gordon through a mass of bodies, looks to send a drop pass back, and that's picked off and sent forward by Jacob Trout. Trout sending it into the zone, and Steele will get the tee up from Jung and come on out of the zone. Turnover in the zone, walking in is Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss not able to get around DeRoche, and back the other way comes Colin Anna. Anna down the left wing side. Anna will dump it deep in the zone. And coming off the wall is Jaden Boreanaz. Boreanaz, Anna, and Silverstein out there now. And Kosinski will take it on into the Academy zone. He's challenged by Durasevich. That'll come to Kenta Cato. Cato in behind Jung. Chased there by Durasevich. It'll come up the left wing wall to Aiden Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss will dump it deeper, but Durasevich has the puck roll off his stick, and Hotchkiss walks in. Good recovery by Durasevich there to hound Hotchkiss as he moved it on Jung. And a hard hit along the boards there as Silverstein gets dumped in front of the Academy bench. Coming back the other way is Yale now. DeSantis on that puck. He and Rinaldi out there now. DeSantis dances around one Yale forechecker at center ice. That is Macris. Macris hacking away, but Rinaldi comes out with it now and sends it up the left wing side. DeSantis looks for Miknich, but no sale there. It'll come back to Van Dale. And the Academy will control at center as 20 chases 20. That is Van Dale on Austin Cook. In the corner now. The Academy will send it around, and it'll come up the right wing boards. Rinaldi at the top of the zone will send it out to center, intended for Miknich. Miknich will chase it down and send it deeper for DeSantis. DeSantis skating in behind Andronovich. It'll come back to Steele. Steele with the point, sends it cross point now. Shot in on goal, pad stop by Andronovich. He's been strong early in this game with 12:44 left to go here in the opening period and no score from the Stock. Comes back to Steele at the point. Non-stop action here, Scotty. We finally got a moment for you to get in here. Maybe we should start telling some stories. We'll get some goal scoring.
I know.
That seemed to be the case yesterday. Avalone chasing in behind Andronovich. He's got Riva up the left wing side, but elects to go right. And that puck behind
Cole Brennan.
Cole Brennan. And back the other way comes the Academy, 2-on-1. Gordon with a shot. Glove save by Andronovich. Not able to hang on to it, but did well to get the glove on it. And reject Gordon's effort, and Avalone coming up the left wing side now. Avalone pounds it hard off the boards, and Riva will chase. Puck comes back to center now, and Hotchkiss will retreat for Yale and regroup. Sends it to Avs. Avs chips it up the left wing boards, but DeRoche pinches, and DeRoche will come back through center. He and Gavers and Gorton move into the zone. Pass across for Gorton. That's behind him, and Yale will come out of the zone now. Hotchkiss with a pass up for Riva. Riva looking to split the D. And the puck will go in the zone offsides. We'll get a delay here as Yale will clear and get a line change, and the Academy will change players as well as DeRoche leads the rush up the left wing side. Charlie DeRoche coming in. DeRoche centering pass, and Chudek just not able to get a stick on that. Williams coming in late, overskates it, shot in, and that's wide of goal. That'll come near side half wall, and up the left wing side comes Yale. Puck will go back to Max Willard there. Willard chips it up the wall, and Hipson now for Yale will dump it deep, and the Academy will chase as Jung comes out to play it and sends it around for Durasevich. Durasevich up the wall for Gordon. Gordon chips it out of the zone, but the Academy turns it over there, and Yale looks to come back the other way, but now it's Chudek and the Academy going in offsides, and we'll get a stoppage here with 10:59 left to go in the opening period. Justin Gordon just a little bit ahead of the play on that zone entry.
A little bit more pace today, Wells, feels like.
It does. We do have a great ice surface here at South Kent. All the players say it's fantastic, and it is fast. So 10:59 left to go here as the Academy steps in on the draw. And that is Varga. Varga will dump it deep. It'll be chased there by Gorman. Gorman and Boyd along the wall. Off the wall comes Jack Williams. Jack Williams looking for options. Williams in the near side corner now. He'll dump it in behind the goal for Chudek. Chudek tries to give it back to Williams, but that's in some skates, and Yale will chip it around to Cook. Cook down on the half wall now. Pass back to the center for Cook. Cook's shot goes wide. And Gordon will chase in the corner, but Williams will control now for the Academy. Williams, nice job there to keep it at the blue line. Jack Williams cutting in off the wall. Williams with a shot that steered aside as he didn't get all of that. And Andronovich steers that safely to the corner. Along the right wing corner now is Chernekanair. Chernekanair and Williams centering pass as Gordon got a backhander on that, and Andronovich turned that aside. Puck comes out front now and just jumps over the stick of Chernekanair. Yeah. And we're going to get a whistle here with the net off and a stoppage in play. 10:04 left to go in the opening period. Scotty, your thoughts?
Well, Birch Gorman and the real Cam Grillo certainly under pressure on that shift. Wells looked like a lot of good puck possession on the white side.
Colin Anna now stepping in on the draw. He's out there with Silverstein and Boreanaz. Durasevich and Steele at the point. Shot in on goal. That goes off the pad of Andronovich. Boreanaz. And now Yale will control. Avalone. Avalone's pass goes off some skates, but comes to center where it's chased by Stober. And now it will come over for Durasevich. Durasevich up the right wing side. Chipped ahead by Silverstein and chased down by Trout. Trout sends it over to Avalone. Avalone up to Stober. Stober in over the zone line, and Stober will chase in behind. He's buried there by Durasevich. And the Academy player goes down the corner. A possible turnover there, but nice recovery by the Academy to clear it out of the zone. And Cartridge, Cam Partridge, but Cartridge to his friends, will clear it out of the zone. That's up the right wing side for Trout. And Trout will send it back into the Academy zone where Nick DeSantis will come with a head of steam. And he'll dingle and dangle, come in over the zone line, and lose the puck there as Trout will control for Yale and will chip it around. Far corner now, it'll come near side where it'll be chased by Rinaldi. He's out there with Miknich. DeSantis deep in the zone, turns it for Miknich. Miknich back to the point to Varga. Varga with a shot. That turned away high in the slot by a Yale defender, and Miknich with a shot far corner. That'll go over for DeRoche. DeRoche will pound it back deep. And Miknich, as the instructions get to the half wall, come from the Academy bench below and to our left. Varga will send that left side for DeRoche, and Miknich will send it deep into the zone. So Yale on their heels a little bit here early in this first period, but Andronovich has had the answer so far as he's turned back an absolute onslaught from the Academy. Coming in the zone now, this is DeRoche. DeRoche will send it up the left wing side, and that out of everybody's reach. It's retrieved there by Big Max Willard from Taft, and Willard will send it back into the zone where the Academy will take control and come the other way. Felix Gavers gains the red line and dumps it in on Andronovich, and he'll cover up and hang on here. We'll get a stoppage with 7:57 left to go here in the opening period. No score from the Stock.
And another one that we probably failed to mention well is missing C.J. Zezima of Trinity Pauling today. Was playing last night. Not sure why we're not seeing number 23 today, but obviously a key piece of the Yale Bulldogs offense.
Fortunately, you have about 47 players on your roster, so you can still field a full squad missing all of those players.
It's a movable feast in split season land.
Stapert sends it back to the point for Cook. Cook shot in. That's tricky as it's kind of coming in wobbling, and Gordon tipped it out of midair, but Andronovich again turns that one aside, and the puck will come back to Durasevich at the point. Durasevich will pound it deep in the zone. It's chased there by Kwasinski. Kwasinski in behind Andronovich. He has Reeve up the right side, but elects to go up the middle. That's turned over at a shot back in on goal by Stapert, and Andronovich will wisely hang on and get a stoppage here with 7:24 left to go in the opening stanza.
It's almost disorienting having 3 periods of play, Wells.
I struggle with that often with the clock. We've had 17-minute periods, 16-minute periods, 22.5-minute halves.
Not switching sides.
Right, not switching sides, switching sides. Ice cuts, no ice cuts. As Williams chases it in the corner. His centering pass just off the stick of Chernekanair. Back to DeRoche. He'll fire. And that goes off of Andronovich's shoulder and up and out of play. And we'll get another stoppage here. Face-off coming to his left. 7:10 to go.
Dershowitz with a crafty use of the glove. We see those two face off against Cato Kalin and Dershowitz in that little situation, getting that shot in on net.
Off the draw, Williams wins it back to DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot through traffic, and Andronovich found that one at the last minute, squirts out to his right and back to the point, dumped deeper there by Josh Steele. And the Academy now in behind their net. Justin Gordon there tripped up, but it'll come near side.
And Cato, Kalen, and Dershowitz. Or no, that's not. That's, pardon me. That's
you got to get it right if you're going to use a nickname, right? It's DeRochewitz. It's DeRoche. Right? DeRochewitz.
And I had the wrong blue player too.
For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about here, we're making veiled references to the O.J. Simpson trial, where Alan Dershowitz was an attorney and Cato Kalen was a key witness in that 96 trial?
It must have been.
Or
yeah,
94?
That was when. That's
no,
it was. It was. I think it was a little bit earlier. Yeah, that was certainly the white Bronco
coming
before
in.
'96.
An Academy player tripped up there. That's Silverstein. I know the verdict was read while I was in grad school, so it was somewhere between 94 and 96. As Silverstein not able to gain control in the slot, and back the other way comes Van Dale for Yale.
1-on-4, Zach Van Dale.
He scores more goals like yesterday. You can call him Van Yale. As on the wall, Van Dale battles there. Van Dale, Anna. So we got Hotchkiss. Check that, not Hotchkiss. We got Van Dale, we got Anna, we got Cook, and we got Cole Brennan all battling there, and they fight to a draw. The referee finally has had enough, and we'll have a face-off to the left of Bennett Jung. Jung so far having just to come out of the net on some dump-ins to actually feel the puck. I don't think there's been a shot on goal for Yale yet in this game. And these are always tough games for goaltenders to play, where you wait and wait and wait. You know a shot's coming. There's going to be a turnover, a 2-on-1 something. But Bennett will work to stay focused there as an Academy player is dumped in front of the net. That's Colin Anna. He rolls into Andronovich and the post and knocks the net off, and we're going to stop it here. 5:20 left to go in period number 1 from South Kent, Connecticut. Off the draw, DeSantis and Miknich. Out there with Rinaldi. Puck comes back to Miknich. Miknich will control and skate to the half wall. He'll dump it back to the point. Shot in on goal. That is blocked. It'll come to DeSantis along the far side wall. DeSantis challenged there, but throws a stiff shoulder into Hibson, maybe. As that comes off the wall now for Avalon. And Riva will chase. Not hard to identify Riva. I look for the one white helmet on Yale.
I don't his Berkshire gloves and a white helmet.
I don't even need a helmet for him. Coming down the left wing side, centering pass for DeSantis. That goes too far. It'll come along the near side half wall. Rinaldi will challenge there. Miknich comes over to help out. And Rinaldi back to the point now. It'll come to Durasevich. Durasevich's shot. That looked wide of the net, but
low and hard and dangerous. It was good. Good management by Carmine right there.
Andronovich wants to do whatever he can to slow this game down right now, Scotty.
Yeah, he does.
And although that puck went wide, probably a wise choice to reach out and steer it up into the net. Stapert on the draw for the Academy. He's out there with Gavers and Jack Gordon. Gordon sends a shot wide. Krasinski chases in behind. Now Gordon. Gordon in the corner. He gets help from Stapert. Stapert has Gavers out front. Stapert walks out front, backhand, and that bounces up in the air. And Andronovich will glove that and hang on. 4:21 left to go in the first period. Face-off coming to his left.
Well, spying one of your favorite Westchester 2002 alums, Anthony Cipollone, coming into the building for his game. It looks like the next game at the Yale 16s.
Cipollone or Cipollone? Avalone or Avalone?
The Niagara Falls pronunciation is always appreciated.
That was the big Lockport, New York public address announcer. DeRoche.
Avalone to Cipollone.
I think he's just, that guy must have been a locker room guy. Like when you're in the locker room, you got to wide everybody's last name.
Right. Or if it's really long, you really shorten it. I guess you got Sip, Av, but then this guy went in the other direction.
But even with Sip, shot in on goal, blocker save off the stick of Stapert by Andronovich. Varga at the point. But even with like Sip, it's Sippy.
Right.
Cobber.
Yeah, if it's a monosyllabic name, it obviously needs to be extended and
correct
and shortened if it's got 5 syllables.
That's right.
It's one of the most simple rules of hockey.
You come up with a shorthand for Chineke Air, let me know. Coming up the left wing side now is Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss in over the zone line. And that puck is shot all the way down. We'll get an icing call here and a stoppage coming back the other way with 3:43 left to go in the first period. And the faceoff coming back in the Academy defensive zone to the right of netminder Bennett Jung. Off the face-off, the Academy will control and come out. This is Williams. Williams chips it ahead for Gordon. Gordon with a head of steam. Gordon cutting to the front net. He's knocked off the puck nicely there by Avalon. Williams in behind the goal. Centers for Chineke Air, but that is out of his reach, and Cook will chase back for the Academy. Austin Cook chased in behind Jung by Hayden Riva. And up the left wing side, that breakout pass goes too far, and Avalon, quite frankly, made no effort to get to that. And that probably should have been waived, as Avalon was doing the old slalom to avoid getting to the puck before it crossed the goal line. Always wonder about referees who get fooled by that and the player who pivots away from the wall. Like the puck's going up the board and they do that quick pivot to center ice. That's always a wave every time. I don't care how hard the puck is shot. Glove pass there by Yale, but that's controlled by Gordon. Gordon coming down with Williams. Gordon sends it to the front. His centering pass is turned back by Cartridge, Cam Partridge that is, and Chineke Air has the puck knocked off his stick and back to center. Durasevich now sends it up the right wing side for Cook. Cook coming down the wing. Cook will cut to the center. Centering pass for Gordon. And we got a nice save there by Carmine Andronovich, and I'm not sure how that stayed out of the net, but heck of a save there by Andronovich with all kinds of traffic and collisions in front of the net.
Goaltending show night after night here. Well, it's very, very one-sided, but these boys are holding up under the onslaught.
Colin Anna, Tyler Silverstein, and Jaden Boreanaz out there now for the Academy. Off the draw, Yale will send it up the wall. Steal shot goes in on Andronovich. He'll catch that and hang on. 2:43 left to go. And the face-off coming to the right of the Yale netminder. Colin Anna in on the draw against Macris. Trout now sends it around the right wing boards. That right back to Steele. Steele will walk off the wall and shoot through traffic. Andronovich finds that one through a mass of bodies, gets it with the glove. And that puck will go back in behind the net where Willard is bodied hard off there by Silverstein. Anna comes in to chase, but now that's chipped up the wall, and Yale comes out of the zone. Down the left wing side, that is Kwasinski. He'll hound Derosiewicz. Poor Charlie. He's going to be so happy when you're not here, Scotty. I only feel compelled to use that nickname because you gave it to him. But Colin Anna, he's a heck of an attorney.
Is that right?
No, Derosiewicz. Not DeRoche. Although if he can make that kind of money, he'll be doing all right, as Durasevich will chase it down and get a stoppage here for icing with 1:54 left to go in the opening stanza.
Not sure if there are enough digits on the scoreboard over there if we were tracking shots on goal today.
There have been a ton to our right. Back to the point now, Durasevich. Durasevich with a shot, that off a shin pad. As Yale chases in there.
Big hit from Brennan on
Cole Brennan
Frankie.
knocks down Durasevich. He gets some help from Varga and DeSantis now. DeSantis will come away with it. DeSantis chips for Rinaldi, back to DeSantis. But DeSantis converged on by two Yale defenders there. It'll go over for Miknich at center ice. Puck chip back to Miknich. And we've got a penalty call behind the play. Looks like it's going to be on Yale. Probably
Zach Van Dale.
Could be a high hit there. Roughing, elbowing, head contact, one of those things. Durasevich now.
We call that home cooking in New Haven.
Hey, let me tell you something. Nobody gets road cooking at home more than we do.
Is that right?
As the Yale will touch up.
Interference. All right.
So we're going to get an interference call on Yale here.
And we, yesterday, Wells, I'm not sure if we saw any power play goals scored, but we certainly saw tremendous chances.
Yeah,
last night,
I was racking my brain. I think all the goals in both games have been even strength.
Yeah.
Williams off the draw, chipped ahead by Chudek and Aaron. Williams will control in behind Andronovich. Williams feeds it for DeSantis, back to DeRoche now. DeRoche down low for Chudek and Air. Chudek and Air walking in, Chudek and Air walking to the slot. He'll change positions with DeRoche. DeRoche down low for DeSantis. DeSantis centers it. That's through everybody and comes back to the point that had been vacated. And Chudek and Air now will regroup and come back into the zone. Chudek and Air coming in hard with Williams. Williams going to the net. Williams in down below the goal line. That'll come back to the point now for DeRoche. DeRoche sending it down low for DeSantis, but that pass is picked off and cleared the other way. And a possible break here for Hotchkiss, but Jung comes out to play it and almost turns it over there as Hotchkiss got his stick on that, but fortunately good pressure from Frank Jurasevich to prevent any scoring chance from materializing as DeRoche skates in behind Jung. Dangerous play there as DeRoche almost had it knocked off his stick along the near side post. And the period will end here. So the Academy with about 100 shots as DeSantis has a few words with
the late shooting number 14. Not very much approval from Mike Kwasinski of the Kent School.
In fairness to DeSantis, yesterday we had a half a dozen whistles in the middle. Buzzers in the middle of play. So you got to play till the whistle.
They've been trained like a good bird dog. You got to play through the buzzer. Absolutely, that was bizarre.
So a strong opening period for both the Academy and for
Carmine Andronovich.
Carmine Andronovich, who turned away everything the Academy threw his way. And so we will take a break here with the Academy and the Yale Bulldogs scoreless from the Admiral James in Sybil Stockdale Arena in a beautiful but somewhat chilly South Kent, Connecticut. We'll be back in about 14 minutes. Everybody stay with us. little under 6 minutes left to go in the intermission here. We had some technical issues in the first period. We tried to bring it to you in 1080p today because we have tremendous bandwidth here at South Cat School, but for whatever reason, the 1080p was coming through a little bit choppy, so we've knocked it down to 720p, 30 frames per second for you techies out there. It's still going to be pretty crisp and clear for you and a little smoother in the second period, so apologies for those technical difficulties, but we should have a much more stutter-free second period. And we'll be back with second period action in about 5 minutes for you. Back here getting set to start the second period. About 22 seconds left in the intermission. The teams have retaken the ice, and other than some goals, the Academy couldn't have asked for much more in that first period as they inundated Yale goaltender Carmine Andronovich with shots, but were unable to get anything past the Yale netminder. But the Academy spending most of that first period in the Yale zone and ending the period with a power play to boot, which they will have 56 seconds remaining on. To start the second period. They're going to call it 57, as it was 56 point something. So Van Dale in the box for the next 57 seconds. And we are set to get underway here in the second period. The Academy will send out DeSantis, Williams, and Chudek with DeRoche and Jurasevich at the points. Yale, for the final minute of the penalty kill, will send out Hibson, Maritola, Avalone, and Cam Partridge. Hibson and Chudek stepping on the draw. And off the draw, Yale will win that and dump it deep in the zone in behind where Jung will field. And the Academy pressured there, but DeRoche will come away with it. He'll leave it for DeSantis, who drops it back to DeRoche, and out the left wing side for Chudek. Chudek coming down. Chudek with a shot through a screen. Right pad stop by Andronovich. Williams with a hard hit as he's challenged there and sends an Academy player, that was Maritolo, to the ice. Jurasevich will keep at the point and dump it deeper for DeSantis. DeSantis in behind Andronovich. DeSantis setting up here with the final 20 on the power play. DeSantis curling off the wall. Down low for Chudek back to DeRoche at the point. DeRoche with a shot through traffic. That goes wide and will come back to Jurasevich. Jurasevich chips for DeSantis. DeSantis back to DeRoche. Shot in on goal and smothered and hung on to by Andronovich with 6 seconds to go on the penalty to Van Dale. And just 52 seconds into the second period. So face off to the left of Andronovich, who clearly got some rest on his day off yesterday, Scotty.
Well, I think he saw what it was like to have a 50-save game, and he's trying to keep up with Rolfie.
Stepping in on the draw is Brennan for Yale. He's in there against Stapert. Stapert wins it back to Gavers. Shot in on goal. And another save for Andronovich. He'll smother and hang on. Three seconds left on the penalty. 16:05 left to go here in the second period. And Gavers off the draw, controlling in behind Andronovich. And
back to 5-on-5 hockey, Wells.
Van Dale out of the box a little early there, as he came out with about 2 seconds on the penalty remaining. Varga sends it around near side. Varga and Gavers in behind the net. Brennan. And now Cook will send it up the right wing side for Gorton. Gorton sends it left wing side for Stapert. Stapert cruising in over the zone line. He's challenged there by Grillo.
The real Cam Grillo.
Just didn't look right wearing that 30 jersey.
That was
yesterday,
amazing.
playing
It
defense.
looked bizarre.
Coming through the middle is Aiden Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss moving in. And correct me if I'm wrong, Scotty, I don't know if South Kent netminder Bennett Jung has faced a shot in this hockey game.
I am not sure if he has.
Centering pass across.
What
and
a save.
Not sure that Anna got that in on goal. Might have been chipped wide, but if it was a save, heck of a save there by Andronovich as Silverstein buries Brennan into the boards, and up the right wing side comes the Academy now. Centering pass back door, and that behind the streaking Tyler Silverstein, as that'll go into the far corner now where Cam Partridge will chip it out of the zone for Riva. Riva skating down the left wing side. He chips by Steele, but Steele bodies him off nicely, and Durasevich chases in behind Jung. And back through center ice. No, check that. Yale does a nice job to keep it in there. Good job by Gorman. And now Steele around the far side, sends it to the point. And the Academy will just punt it out of the zone on this football Sunday. Does anybody still watch the NFL anymore, Scotty?
I'm not sure. No one's standing.
Seems to be a lot of controversy in that league these days. Coming back through center, Rinaldi will spin off the boards and leave it for Durasevich. Durasevich circles in behind Jung. He's pressured there by Hipson, but he gets the puck up to Steele, and Steele, moving through center, will gain the red line and dump it deep into the zone where Rinaldi will chase far corner. He'll challenge Partridge there, and now Riva will come away with it. Riva dropping it behind his back at the zone line. Not sure why he did that there, as Miknich will come to center. Centering pass for Rinaldi. And that'll come back to DeRoche at the point. DeRoche down for Miknich. Miknich will chip it around. Varga will pinch far side and chip it deeper for the Academy. Rinaldi challenged there by Macris. And near side now. Teams battle in the corner. Puck will come back to the point, and I think DeRoche thought that Rinaldi was going to get that. It jumped over Rinaldi's stick, and then DeRoche got caught off guard. And it goes all the way down. DeRoche chases there, headmans it, and now DeSantis controls. DeSantis, good stick there by Avalon to knock the puck off of DeSantis' stick. And a race for the puck as Trout almost split the D and went in alone. But now here comes Yale down the... And
that's a save.
That may be the first save of the game there for Bennett Jung.
Wells, I'm not sure if you noticed, but it looked to me like Birch Gorman, typically playing defense for Coach Steve Novador, was playing a forward shift that last go there, maybe looking like 5 defensemen in some effort to try to generate some offense here.
Well, with all the bodies you've got on the IR and suspension list, it's sort of a platoon effort, is it not?
Feels like that.
Chinecadair steps in against Macris. He's out there with Trout. And that puck will come back to the point as Maratolo sends it back to the point. That shot is blocked, and Gordon will look to send Williams on a breakaway through the D. But look at that puck bounce as Grillo controls in behind Andronovich. Centering pass picked off by Chinecadair, but that too hard off his stick, and he couldn't catch up with the puck. It will come back to center now, where Trout will chase and Durasevich will control. Durasevich, drop pass, and back to the neutral zone comes the Academy, but turnover there, and Macris will send it in where Trout will chase down Cook. Cook controlling, coming up the right wing side. Academy able to clear, and Cook coming down the right wing side. He's hit hard there as Stapert, check that, as Gordon skates into the corner. And now Hotchkiss will control as he cuts out in front of Andronovich, chips it up the right wing side for Avalon. Avalon coming down the right-hand side, and Avalon with a second shot in on goal on Jung. And he'll steer that aside in the corner. The Academy will now control.
A little bit of a forecheck here, Wells.
As Cook. And off the wall comes Yale. Pass out front. And that is Brennan. And the Academy will come back the other way. Coming through center. Shot in on goal. And that is turned aside. Centering pass by Williams for Chinecadair. And that's picked off. And back the other way comes Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss runs into the Academy trap there, and Stapert coming off the wall. Leaves it for Gavers. Gavers back to the point for Steele. Steele with a shot. Nice block there by Brennan as Steele will come in behind Andronovich. Steele with nobody covering the point. Steele pinched down low, and that left point was left vacant. Fortunately, the Academy kept the puck down low there. And it will come back to Steele, back at his left point position, steered aside by Andronovich. Loose puck in front as Gordon will control and come off the wall. Gordon dancing around a couple defenders before losing the puck, and that shot goes in. Not sure if Andronovich got a skate on that or not, but now the puck in a mad scramble out front is directed to the corner. It'll come back to the point now. Looking backdoor for Gordon.
Get that out.
And another shot
Yale
is deflected up and into the netting. As Andronovich has what, 1,500 saves in this game?
1,500 saves with a merciful stoppage in play there for the blue D pair.
Rolf was peppered yesterday, but this is making Rolf's day look like a slow one. This has been nonstop. 10:24 left to go here in the middle stanza with Anna, Boreanaz, and Silverstein out there. Durasevich and Varga at the points.
Yep, Birch Gorman looks like he's playing a
regular forward today.
At center potentially. I'm not sure if that's generated by an injury, Wells, or not.
Coming through center, the Academy will gain the red line and dump it deep. Boreanaz in hard on the forecheck. Puck will come around near side for Avalon. Avalon sends it to his counterpoint. Varga at the point. Centering pass for Silverstein. He had the top right corner wide open and backhanded it up and over the goal. And a trip there.
The cartridge.
As Yale getting some road cooking here. I said no team ever gets home cooking on the road like the Academy and road cooking when we're at home. That is a certainty. And Yale will ice it here, and we'll get a stoppage with 9:34 left to go here in period number 2. No score from the stock. Glad you're with us on this Sunday morning/afternoon. I'm not sure if I
think we've turned the corner.
We straight into the afternoon here?
Nope. Got a couple minutes before we do. 77 degrees outside. Well, it doesn't feel like October 22nd.
That's right. Is it that warm out? It was 40-something this morning. Felt a little nippy outside. It was off the draw. He will control, but DeSantis is tripped up. And now Rinaldi will chip it for... He comes back to Rinaldi, back to the point by Cook, and that blockered aside by Andronovich. At least he lunged at it. Not sure if he made contact, and that was wide. Grillo. And now at the point, DeSantis knocked down and held there. Partridge and DeSantis go at it along the boards. Now comes around for Steele. Steele pressure there. Nice job to chip around and escape. And now Willard will make a strong play, get it up and out of the zone. Where's Steele? Sends it cross point up to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi will chip it in deep as Miknich hard in on the forecheck. He and DeSantis behind the goal. Miknich comes back to Steele at the point, and that's off of Andronovich and hits the outside of the net. And that puck will come back to center to Cook. Cook will chase in behind Jung, who's seen a couple shots this period. And back the other way comes Miknich. Miknich over the blue line. Shot in on Andronovich. 15:07 there. As it comes back to the point now. DeRoche sending it down low for
I thought you were talking about the time.
No, that was the number of shots on goal as Riva comes up the left wing side now. Tries to chip it around Varga, but Varga will chase him to the corner and knock him into the dasher. Riva and Varga in the right wing corner. Puck in behind Jung, pass out front, loose in front. And good job by the Academy to cover up there as there was a loose puck in front of Jung dangerously with a lot of Yale bodies in front of the net.
That looked like it might have energized the blue team a bit, Wells.
Well, if they're not feeding off of Andronovich's saves, you need to check their temperature, folks, because he's had a heck of a performance here today. 7:21, and that coming on the heels of a strong performance from Alex Rolfe yesterday. And the Academy scratching their heads trying to figure out what they need to do to score a goal here. But you know what? Sometimes you got to score dirty goals, Scotty.
Yeah.
Dirty goals.
Well, that's one of my specialties personally, Wells. So I'm in 100% agreement there.
Yeah, I was never a finesse guy. I used to hack and whack and spear behind the play. That's why I became a referee. None of that. None of that stuff.
You know what to look for.
That's right, exactly. Coming down the right wing side, Yale dumps it in. Jung plays it there around for DeRoche. DeRoche centering pass, chip back along the wall for Gordon. Gordon coming down the left wing side. Gordon looks to center far side. Comes across for Chidekadere. His shot is turned aside. And Yale will control now. Partridge up for DeRoche. He signals fair catch, drops, and chips it back in for Williams. Brennan. His pass up for Van Dale. Van Dale chips it deeper in the zone, and they'll forecheck DeRoche in behind the net. Pass intended for Gordon there, goes too far, but Gordon able to chase Partridge out of the zone. And now a pinching Partridge allows Williams to go down the left wing side. His shot in on goal is stopped by Andronovich. He'll smother and hang on. 6:27 left to go in period number 2 from the stock. And no score. Do you have any stories? Every time we told a story yesterday, we got goals.
We started
for both teams. So
I'll tell stories when we go to the other end of the ice. I think that's.
I'm gonna have to cut. I use the cough button to cut your mic.
That's
out.
right.
Staper chips it around for Gavers. Puck comes back to Stapert, and now a pinching Durasevich will chip it deeper. Gavers and Gorton now behind the net. Gorton challenged there by Kwasinski. Gorton hangs on to the puck. He escapes. Gorton looks for Gavers, and that'll go back to the point now for Cook. Cook sends it down low for Gavers. Gavers on the half wall. And that puck is turned over, and Yale will chip it around now, where Kwasinski will chip it up the wall. Durasevich pitches, and Gorman up at the forward position knocks it by Durasevich. That comes to Riva in the slot. Riva looking for Traylor Hipson, but elects to hang on and cycle deeper. Durasevich challenges Hipson in the corner, and that'll come around now where Gavers will battle Gorman. Gorman, centering pass, had Riva wide open in net, and that pass maybe a little in Riva's skates. A good hard pass there by Gorman to Riva, but they're not able to convert, and now the Academy comes back the other way. Centering pass, that goes in on goal.
Bizarre bounce there, Wells.
And Andronovich with a wild swing of the stick trying to knock that one out of midair. Pass by Gorton for Stapert, and Stapert will cycle that deeper. And Anna will control now for the Academy. He's challenged and chipped off the puck. That'll come back now to the point to Boreanaz. Boreanaz and Miknich there. That'll come back to Steele now. Check that, Boreanaz and Anna, as now Silverstein moves in. Silverstein, near side corner. Comes back to Durasevich. Durasevich sends it down low. Anna, as Silverstein is bodied off in the corner. Silverstein. That'll come back to Durasevich at the point. He'll get hit up high in the face, no call. And that'll come back down the zone for Josh Steele. Steele. And the Academy will dump it deep, where Willard will chase for Yale. He sends it over for Kwasinski. Kwasinski's pass around goes wide of goal. Andronovich way out of his net there. As Rinaldi. And now DeSantis comes off the wall. Pass back to the point. Shot, right pad stopped by Andronovich. A good, hard, heavy, low shot by DeRoche. And Andronovich with another save with a right pad stop there for the Academy.
More trouble in the neutral zone for the blue team, Wells.
Miknich coming in over the zone line. Miknich with a shot. And that is blocked. I'm not sure if there was a potential hand pass. There's the referee waved that off. Back to DeRoche. He shoots, right pad stopped by Andronovich as he flashed the pad there. And the Academy doing everything but putting the puck in the net here as Nick DeSantis comes back through the middle. He's hauled down, and we're going to get a call there as Kwasinski's going to go off on the hook. And the Academy will get their second power play of the game here with 3:22 left to go in the middle period.
No stories.
No stories. No score either.
No score, no stories. Cartridge, Av, Brennan, and Hotchkiss. And I see Kwasinski in the penalty box. A misdemeanor by a close neighbor, well, Mike Kwasinski of the Kent School.
Off the draw, the Academy will control. Shot in on goal. Off the post. That looked like it was behind Andronovich, and in fact it was, but it found the post. As DeRoche will skate in behind Jung and will look to set it up with 1:42 left to go on the penalty to Kwasinski. He's off for the hook. And back up the ice comes DeSantis. DeSantis moving in. DeSantis flying out there. Sends it back to the point now to DeRoche. DeRoche down low to Chinekanair. Chinekanair down low for DeSantis. DeSantis back to DeRoche. DeRoche walking in. DeSantis with a shot blocker saved by Andronovich. And it'll come to Durasevich along the wall. Puck back to the point now, shot, and that's deflected by Hotchkiss. That'll go far corner for Chidek. He'll send it for backdoor for Durasevich, and Durasevich's shot goes wide, but the Academy will gain control there. And Durasevich with 55 seconds left to go on the penalty shot in on goal, and that puck is loose and bounced up into the netting. Andronovich was looking everywhere at his feet.
He sure was.
And that puck deflected high up into the netting. We'll get a stoppage here. 2:15 left to go in the second period and 54 seconds left to go on the penalty to Kwasinski, as the Academy will send out Gordon, Gavers, and Miknich with Varga and Cook at the points. Off the draw, puck will come back to Varga. Varga sends it over to Cook. Cook now, over to Varga. Cook now. Back to Cook. Cook with a shot. That's almost deflected by Gordon. Centering pass there, but nobody home, and Yale will clear it back to center. With 21 seconds now left on the penalty and 1:40 left to go in the period. Yale chips it back to center, and the Academy will try to set up there for the final 13 of the penalty. Varga sends it in deep. That goes into the corner where Gordon will send it back to Miknich. Check that, Gavers. It'll come back to Cook at the point. His shot in on goal. As the penalty has expired, the Academy now 0 for 2 on the power play. And another series of big saves there by Andronovich, and they always say your best penalty killer has to be your goalie, and he was on that power play. As the puck will come in behind Jung, puck in his feet, and he'll send it around for Varga to Miknich. Chipped off the wall by Varga, and up the right wing side comes Gavers with 58 seconds left to go in the period. Gavers coming in over the zone line. Gavers is going to get hit there and called for interference. So the Academy will have another power play here with 53.9 seconds left to go in the period, as Max Willard is going to go off for interference.
Well, this objective observer would definitely call that home cooking.
So 54 seconds left to go in the period, and Willard off for interference. And we'll see what the Academy can cook up here. As DeSantis out there with Durasevich, Chidek, Williams, and DeRoche. Awful lot of instruction going on in these faceoffs, Scotty.
From the officials.
That's right. DeSantis now behind the net, sends it back to the point, comes back to DeRoche. DeRoche sends it down low. Durasevich looks to center it. Deflection by DeSantis goes wide. Chidek controls far corner. Puck will come back to the point now, where it's chipped deeper to Chidek. And the puck was in his feet, and Yale able to clear and send it all the way down. 27 seconds left to go here in the period. 1:32 on the penalty to Willard, as the Academy controls in behind Jung. And unless the Academy can do something here in the final 20, we're looking to head to the locker room scoreless at the end of 2. Durasevich up to Chidek. Chidek coming in over the zone line. Centering pass and a shot.
Great save.
And that goes off the shoulder of Andronovich. Good job staying square to that puck. Shot in on goal, and that deflects wide of goal, and the buzzer sounds.
A genuine, real buzzer. End of 2.
And at the end of 2, the Academy and Yale, no score from the stock. And thus far in this game, the story so far has been the goaltending of Carmine Andronovich. And the Academy will have 1:06 left on the power play, as we'll take a break here for about the next 15 minutes as they cut the ice here at the Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale Arena in South Kent, Connecticut. The score at the end of 2 periods is the Selects Academy 15, Nationals nothing, the Yale Bulldogs U15 nothing. We'll be back in a few. Stay with us, everybody. Glad you're with us on YouTube on this Sunday morning and now afternoon. graphics, that's right. The graphics you have to do in Photoshop, and the whole control for the camera, for the scoreboard, and all that is here. So you load the graphics off an SD card.
Okay. Oh, so you built them all.
So I built them all in Photoshop. Yeah.
And then you're putting it on here.
And I load them up into the camera, and then all you do is it's basically like a slideshow.
Yeah.
So you just start and match.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So I think it's funny. Just over the. It's funny. JDC actually was listening to consumer feedback, and I got a survey, and I was like, well, you need a better scoreboard for hockey. How they added that all of a sudden. So they did that, and then they added this full screen graphic.
Is the overlay control part of the JVC software? Or is it
Yeah, it's part of the software. So it's somewhere in the camera. So it's not the control here. But I don't think they necessarily envisioned it for something like they envisioned it more for like ad displays like halftime or something like that. I figured out you could have game bugs, so you can get Academy logo and stuff. They don't really explain it to me. I just figured out if I hit go back.
How much are these cameras all free?
25.
25.
And actually, we just Back here with the second intermission winding down and the teams getting set to retake the ice here at the Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale Arena in South Kent, Connecticut. The Academy and Yale scoreless through 2 periods. The Academy will have about 1:06 left on a power play as Max Willard went off for interference with 53.9 seconds to go in the period. And so we'll see if the Academy can finally break through on Carmine Andronovich here, who has been strong and steady for the Yale Bulldogs. As we take a look at Bennett Jung stretching in the crease there, he's going to have to stay sharp. As again, not much work, and these are some of the toughest games to play for a goaltender. You stand around, you stand around, you stand around, and suddenly there's a flurry in front of the net, and he's just looking to stay loose and ready. And that's something both goaltenders have had to be ready for this season, as much of the Academy's play has been domination in the other team's offensive zone. And yet the Academy has still found themselves in some pretty close games with odd ran rushes and chances the other way late. In store for us here, and they're going to call it 1:07 left to go on the power play. I wish I could get you a video of my sidekick Scott Willard trying to climb this ladder to get up to our perch here high above center ice at the Stock. Got to get you on American Ninja Warriors there, Scotty.
Steep climb.
And off the draw, Yale will control and dump it in on Jung. Jung will steer that aside, and Durasevich will look to set up. As the puck is left for DeSantis, he chips it back to Durasevich, and Durasevich leaves it for Chinekanair. Chinekanair left side for Durasevich. Durasevich will not gain the red line and dump it in, but they don't call an icing there. That was a little bit short of the red line as Williams now comes in behind Andronovich. Williams cross ice for Chinekanair. Shot in on goal, steered aside by Andronovich. DeSantis tries to juggle it, field hockey style, as that comes back to DeRoche. Shot from the left point by Durasevich. And we're going to get a whistle there as the net's off, and we'll get a face off to the right of Andronovich with 26 seconds left on the penalty to Willard and 16-18 left to go here.
The questionable penalty, I think, is the right way to describe that well.
All right, we try to be professional.
No shortage of subjective commentary here.
No daddy commentary.
That's right. I did get some good feedback on our Cartman program last night. So.
Oh, did you on Cartman? Cartman or Cartridge?
Well, I think that we moved from Cartridge to Cartman.
We did, and you did a tremendous impersonation of Cartman.
And there was a little, the kids seemed to like it. There he is, speaking of the man.
And that's sent all the way down, and that should kill the remainder of this penalty as Jung fields it. He sends it up the left wing side. Varga will tip it ahead, and Gorton will chase for the final 3, 2, and 1, and Willard is out of the box. He served his 2 minutes, and now he can get free. Hopefully he felt no shame in the box.
He felt shame.
You go to box, you feel shame. And coming back through Cook. And now Hotchkiss moving in the zone. Hotchkiss drop pass is a little behind. That goes to Grillo. His shot goes wide. And Austin Cook. And it comes around for Gorton. Jack Gorton sends it left wing side now for Silverstein. Gorton goes for a change. That puck is turned over there, and Hotchkiss will turn.
That may have been the interference call there.
And head up the ice. Hotchkiss. Well, it all evens out. Those may have been ticky-tack calls, but there were
3 periods or 2 periods it took as well to get that out.
There were a few more obvious calls that were not made earlier in the game as Chinekanair comes streaking in, and Chinekanair with one stick handle too many as Grillo will control and send far side for Krasinski. Kept in at the point by Steele. Chinekanair chases down low. Chinekanair centers it for Gorton. That pass redirected, and Yale will chip it up and out of the zone as Steele goes back to retrieve for the Academy. Steele sends it up the left wing side. Icing will be waved as that was tipped over the center red. Willard into chase for Yale. He sends it around for Trout. Trout battling there with Gordon. Gets some help from Macris. And now they'll come around behind the net where Willard will chip it up the wall. DeRoche pinching will keep it in. Puck comes in front, and possibly a pad stopper up the side of the goal there as Andronovich locked up that near side post. Coming up the right wing side now, a pass too far for Trout, and that'll go all the way for an icing with 14:08 left to go here in the third period. And much like yesterday's second half, the Academy and Yale still scoreless. Faceoff will come back and to the right of netminder Carmine Andronovich. Thanks for joining us on YouTube on this Sunday afternoon. Back end of a home and home with Yale as Hibson steps in on the draw with Stapert. Stapert wins that back. Gavers tries to control there, but he has it chipped away. Teams battling in the far side circle. Willard chips it to the half wall. He chips it up, but not out. Stapert controls there. His pass goes off a skate, and Riva will take the center, but he can't control. And Varga will dump it back in, and Andronovich will stop and hang on here with 13:48 left to go in the third period. Faceoff will come to his left. The Academy will elect to stick with Gavers, Gorton, Stapert, Varga, and Durasevich. Yale will counter with Hibson, Gorman, Riva, Avalone, and Grillo. Off the draw, Stapert chips it to the half wall. Gavers ties up his man there, and Stapert's able to dump it deeper for Gordon. Gordon challenged there by Hibson. Now Gavers comes in to help out. Teams battling in the far side corner. That puck will come up and get chipped out of the zone where Durasevich will control and rag it back in the zone to the right of Andronovich. Avalone controlling there for Yale. He'll chip it hard off the glass and back to center where Durasevich will regroup and escape in his own zone. He'll send it up the left wing side. Stapert ready for a change, tips it deep in the zone. And Avalone will control and send it far side for Grillo. Grillo intended pass for Gorman. That goes too far, and Cook will send it over for Steele. Steele centering pass for Miknich. Miknich challenged there. And Miknich pressured but able to maintain possession and comes to center and chips it ahead further for DeSantis, but that too far as Grillo steps up and pinches there. Miknich and Grillo battle in front of the Yale bench. That goes far side now. And now chipped up the left wing wall for Rinaldi. Rinaldi walking in. Great pass by Rinaldi to DeSantis. He goes forehand, backhand. And what a glorious scoring chance for the Academy as Rinaldi fed DeSantis. He went forehand, backhand, and had Andronovich down and out, staring at an empty net. But the puck somehow rolled off his stick. Back the other way comes Van Dale for Yale. He's stripped there by DeSantis. He headmans it for Miknich. Miknich in over the zone line. He feeds Rinaldi. Rinaldi loses the puck there. Shot is blocked. That'll come over to the near side wall. And Rinaldi's shot goes wide of Andronovich and all the way back to the point where it's kept in by Steele. Steele sending it down low. And DeSantis battling there in the corner. Comes up the wall, and off the wall comes Hotchkiss. Sends it right wing side for Brennan. Brennan up for Van Dale. Van Dale has Kwasinski streaking down the left wing side. And a nice play there by Will Rinaldi on the back check to prevent that centering pass from getting through. DeSantis moving in, his centering pass. And that might have been an interference call missed in front of the net, although the referee is probably saying more collision than interference, as the players are entitled to their ice. And, and the Yale player...
As we are entitled to our opinions, Wells.
That's right.
And we make great use of our rights.
Could have seen a call there, but we don't see one. And it comes back to the point, that shot in wide of Jung. That'll come back to the point. And Partridge will send that deep. And now Boyd along the wall. That'll come back out of the zone. And Yale will dump it back in the zone. That puck is flagged down by Charlie DeRoche. DeRoche moving in over the zone line. He shoots through the legs of Avalone. That goes wide of Andronovich. Anna chips it further for the Academy. Now Partridge will send it right wing side for Boyd, and Boyd falls down. DeRoche moving in. DeRoche with a shot. Blocker saved by Andronovich as the puck jumps over Boreanaz's stick, and Durasevich will chase for the Academy. Durasevich with a backhand pass up the left wing side. DeRoche moving in. Puck comes back to the point, and that jumps over the stick of Durasevich. That pass out of his reach. And DeRoche is hounded, but he gets it calmly over to Durasevich. Anna will gain at center and gain the red line and dump it deep. That'll go far corner now. Big hit there by Cab Grillo on Boreanaz as he dumps him. And Stover will come back through center, leaving it for Kwasinski. Over the zone line, looked like Maritola was offsides there, but no call. And we're going to get a whistle here as the net is off. We'll get a stoppage in play. With 10:06 left to go here in the third period, let's take a look at that zone entry one more time. Kwasinski not quite getting the puck into the zone. Puck still on the zone line. And Maritolo skates well inside the zone line. That call clearly missed there by the official, who was a good 6 to 7 feet out of position. He should be just inside that zone line. Any of you young officials watching out there, you'd hate to see a call like that cost either team in this very closely contested hockey game. Off the draw, Chidekadere wins it to the half wall, and that puck is chipped up and out of play. And that's going to be on Yale as Riva's going to go off for the trip, off the draw. And the Academy, who has dominated this game territorially and peppering Carmine Andronovich with shots, unable to beat him as of yet, will get another opportunity on the power play with Riva in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
The fourth penalty, is that what we're looking at? Carmine certainly bracing himself for a little more zone time.
So let's see what the Academy can cook up here on the power play as DeSantis controls off the drop. He sends it left wing side for Durasevich. Durasevich met with a hard hit there by Gorman, and that puck is dumped all the way down. Near side corner, DeRoche sends it around for Durasevich. Back for DeRoche, and now DeSantis. 9:34 left to go here. And 1:34 left to go on the power play. The Academy not really getting anything going here in the first 30 seconds as now DeSantis will punch it into the zone and he'll chase. Puck comes out high to Durasevich. He sets it up for DeRoche. DeRoche down low for Chinekadere. His pass is deflected, and that'll come down to the far corner for Williams. Back up high for Durasevich, over for DeRoche. DeRoche down low for Chinekadere. Chinekadere skates back up high and off the wall. He shoots, that goes off a skate, and Durasevich misses a wide open net. Great chance there. As that fooled Andronovich off a skate, nothing he could do on that one, but there is something he can do on that one right there, as he will smother and hang on.
Halfway through.
With 8:54 left to go here in the third period and 55 seconds left on the penalty to Riva. Face off to the right of Andronovich. As Yale will send it all the way down in behind, and Jung will tee it up there for Cook. Cook sends it up for Varga near side. Varga up the left wing side for a streaking Felix Gavers. Gavers curls at the half wall, sends it back to the point to Varga. Varga's shot goes off a stick and comes down low near side corner for Gavers. Gavers looks to cycle it deeper, and he does to Gordon. Gordon now curling in the corner, back to Gavers, back to the point now. Heavy shot there by Cook up and over the net. Puck is to the right of the goal. Team scrambling in front of the net. It'll come back to Varga. And we're going to get a stoppage in play here with the net off and a face-off to the right of Andronovich with 8:15 left to go third period and 16 seconds left to go on the penalty to Riva.
Time for a story.
Off the draw. Varga with a shot in on goal. Another shot, and that goes off the side of the net, and Gordon sends it deeper for Miknich. Gordon now. Gordon with a shot, that hits Andronovich in the mask. Miknich with the rebound, that narrowly misses. The post to the left of Andronovich, and Yale's able to clear it all the way around. And we'll get a whistle here, and what have we got? We got too many men on Yale here, as that puck was played by a player either coming off the bench or out of the penalty box while the change was in progress. So the Academy will go right back on the power play. And probably not what Carmine Andronovich is looking for here after being peppered all day and now back-to-back power plays in a 0-0 game. So the Academy 0 for 4 on the power play.
I think that was rimmed as the player was leaving the box. Well, it's unfortunate, but yeah, absolutely the right call.
Well, if it hits the player, they shouldn't call it. But I believe the player there, I'm not sure who it was, but played it. And that is the problem there. If it bounces off your stick and you're in the middle of a change, you don't intentionally play it, they won't call that. But if you do turn and play it, either the player entering or the player leaving the ice, they will call too many men on the ice. Trudek back for DeRoche. Sends it to DeSantis down low, and DeSantis finally solves Andronovich. Good puck movement there by the Academy as that goes from the top of the right-hand circle to the point and down low to DeSantis. And DeSantis chips it past Andronovich, and the Academy finally able to break through.
Scanning the room for a chicken dance, Wells, and unfortunately can't seem to locate one.
So the Academy getting a power play goal. A goal that they probably thought wasn't coming today, the way Carmine Andronovich has played. And much like Alex Rolfe played yesterday, the Academy probably thought they were never going to score before they got a goal in the opening minutes of the second half. Their first goal coming a little later today, so a little less time for Yale to answer. But they did answer yesterday, and we'll see if they can answer today with 7:34 remaining. As Durasevich controls off the draw and dumps it deep where Avalon will chase and send it around the right wing boards. Gorton battling there for the Academy. It'll come back to DeRoche at the point. He'll chip it deeper where it is just out of the reach of Stapert, and Avalon will send it around for Grillo, who headmans for Riva. Riva will dump it in on goal. Jung steers that aside. Wide of goal, and he steers it to the end boards where the Academy will control and come out of the zone. Centering pass now for Gavers. Gavers shoots, and that goes wide, comes near side for Gorton. Gorton chips it deeper, and Avalon will control. Comes up the right wing side now, and that is Macris. He'll send it deep as Gorton dumps Macris, no call. And that'll come up the left wing side now, where Stapert will come over the zone line, leave it for Gorton. Gorton moving in. Gorton challenged there by Riva, pushed to the half wall. Gorton tries to send it over for Cook, but that goes off a skate and comes back to center, where Cook will send it up the left wing side. It'll get chipped deeper there by Steele as the Academy goes into chase. Off the wall comes Rinaldi. Rinaldi walking in. Rinaldi had the top corner labeled, but narrowly misses and sends it high up and over the net and out of play. Looks like that went off a Yale stick. I don't think Andronovich got a piece, as they're going to keep that face-off in the zone to the left of the Yale netminder. 6:13 left to go here in the third period. And DeSantis now out there on the draw for the Academy against Van Dale. No, that's Hotchkiss.
The cartridge.
I saw the 0, but not the 1 or the 2, and I had a 50-50 shot. That's why I don't gamble, Scotty.
We know 30's on the right man today. That's for sure.
If you're supposed to go left, I go right. Centering pass now for Rinaldi, and a right pad stop by Andronovich. He got across. Rinaldi had the top half of the net, but just didn't get it up. But good job by Andronovich to get his left pad in the way as Rinaldi banks it off the left pad. And with 5:44 left to go here in the third period, the Academy buzzing off that goal by DeSantis. Another shot by Rinaldi and a right pad stop.
He's on fire right now, Ross. I mean, he is absolutely under fire, and he's on fire. Hurts my groin to watch a little bit.
Well, and honestly, I think most goalies will tell you these are the games they love to play, where they're getting peppered with shots. I think you'd rather be in Andronovich's shoes, I think, than at the other end of the net, where you're just struggling to stay loose and warm, or the other end of the rink, and then potentially facing an odd man rush in a close game where you haven't seen a shot in quite a while. So Andronovich looks like he's having fun out there today. This is what goalies call fun. I'm not sure I'd consider it fun, but I know the goalies tend to enjoy it. Silverstein off the draw, certainly giving his team a chance today. And up the left wing side comes Yale. Shot in on goal. That's steered behind the net by Jung. Comes around far side now. Varga will chase near side corner. Silverstein absorbs a hit there and sends a Yale player to the ice. Gave better than he got there as that's sent deeper by Yale with 5:13 left to go here. And Rinaldi absolutely robbed point blank twice just a few minutes ago. I think Rinaldi thought he beat him right side, and Andronovich got the right pad on it. And then Rinaldi thought he'd try the, actually it was Andronovich's left, Rinaldi's right. So Andronovich got the left pad on it first, and then Rinaldi got another chance out front. He thought he'd try the other side, and Andronovich ambidextrously answered with the other side as well. So 4:55 remaining in this hockey game. We'll see if Yale can get something going here off the draw. Trinecadair unable to win that one, but will chase in the corner now. And off the wall comes Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss showing good speed to get around Gordon. Hotchkiss chased in the corner by Steele, sends near side for Van Dale. Van Dale off the wall to Brennan. Brennan chips it out front. Yale warming to the task here as it comes back to Partridge to the point. That shot is blocked, however. Nice block by Jack Williams. And Williams chases down Grillo, and Grillo will dump it deep into the zone where his counterpart, number 6 for the Academy, Josh Steele, will chip it up to Gordon. Gordon pressured there and turns the puck over, but it comes back to Steele, and now over near side for DeRoche. Williams comes back to help out. It'll go to DeRoche, and then DeRoche will chip it up the wall. Not far enough for icing. As that'll go to Partridge, and Partridge sends it back over for Grillo, who sends it up the right wing wall for Brennan. Brennan moving over the line with Van Dale. Van Dale tries to dance around DeRoche, but no sale there. Comes back to the point, glove down by Grillo. But his bobble there is going to send the Academy on a 2-on-1.
Unfortunate.
They're saying Williams was offsides there. I'm saying the referee was about 10 feet behind that play and completely missed the call.
Owen, teach him the rules, buddy. He's got to wait for the puck. I know you're out there.
Oh, and rewind that on YouTube. Text me and let me know that I'm right. That was completely onside. And you know what? Even if
that's not a player who's not paying attention the right way.
Even if it was offsides, the referee was 15 feet behind the play. Doesn't look good. Skate, buddy, and get in position, right?
Get in the weight room.
I've said this time and time again. Referees can make mistakes, but if you're not hustling, you're not in position, you're not in the line, you're not doing your job. Left wing side now, Stapert coming in over the zone line. Puck comes back to Gavers at the point. Gavers will dump it deeper, and it'll be chased there by Willard. Willard comes up near side. Willard chips it up for Riva. Riva tries to send it ahead, but it's turned over at the zone line, and Stapert walks in. Stapert with a shot. And did that not hit the netting?
Thought it did.
I would swear that it did. Andronovich blocked it up high, and
But you're a ref. That means your vision is necessarily.
I'm also looking through a 10-inch monitor. The puck is appearing really tiny. Must have gone straight up in the air. I thought it banked off of something, and it made no noise, so I assumed net. But then again, things that I see on a monitor are a little different than you see live. But I was definitely right on that offsides. Again, maybe the referee was right. It just bothers me that in a game that he should be able to keep up with, he's not on the blue line when he makes that call. Coming back through center. DeSantis with a shot. And that does go up and hit the netting, and we'll get a stoppage here.
Confirmed.
Well, I'm not sure that means much. Yesterday, early in the game, there was an icing that I thought Steele didn't tip.
Yeah.
And you confirmed that one as well. And then I went back and watched the tape. Turns out
we
were both wrong, which wouldn't be the first time. 2:38 left to go here. Face off to the left of Jung. DeSantis sends it back to Rinaldi. Rebound tipped up in the air, bouncing in the slot. And Hotchkiss and Avalone dumping a player there behind the play, no call. And that'll come near side now as Partridge chips it deeper. Turnover there, shot in on goal. Jung fights that one off, can't find it. Puck is loose in front. And that comes back to the point. Avalone sends that in, but that's blocked out high.
Very athletic play by Chris Avalone.
Great eye-hand coordination there by Chris Avalone to flag that one out of midair. Partridge chips it back in offsides. The Academy will get a free clear, but they're just going to ice it here. And we'll get a stoppage with 1:58 left to play in period number 3. And a close one from the stock as the Academy leads 1-0 on a power play goal by DeSantis. But Yale, they've hung around all day, largely on the goaltending of Carmine Andronovich. And Yale will call timeout here with 1:58 left to go and talk about their strategy here as far as pulling the goaltender. Now, Scotty, if you think about the zone time Yale's had today, which hasn't been too much or too consistent, you've got to face off in the Academy zone. Do you pull the goalie this early?
Do I? I don't. I'm not a paid hockey commentator or authority in any way, but for a team that
This is all in good fun. Nobody takes you or I seriously.
I hope not.
If you're taking us seriously, folks, again, you should get some help.
You should also be gambling on youth
hockey games.
But yeah, I think it's a little bit tricky to think that that's necessarily the right move with a team that has never practiced a 6-on-5 situation other than being in games. And
that said,
I think they're
that said, right? As we talked about yesterday,
this is the time to practice it.
Yeah, these games essentially mean nothing. The games that will mean something are coming up soon. Yeah. States and I've heard we may not have states. Apparently, only 3 teams want to participate in states, and if that's the case, I believe all 3 will just advance to regionals.
Interesting. Okay.
But that's been the case in years past. They haven't had a state tournament. Like last year at the U15 level, they did not.
They just advanced the ones that wanted to go.
They had 3 teams from Mass and 3 teams from Connecticut and 1 team from New Hampshire in the regionals, and they just all advanced. My question to you is...
Well, that's less time for me with you, which really sort of makes me upset.
How have you guys...
crossing the Throgs Neck Bridge, but what I get on the other side is some Wells time.
Did you guys have a tie against the elite hockey program?
Yes.
Or did they beat you?
No, that was a tie. That was the big Bobby Barrasso.
So I guess the thing I'm struggling with here is if only 3 teams advance, I feel like that, there's certainly Mid-Fairfield, Elite, and Yale have all tied each other, I believe, at one point or another.
Yale hasn't lost to Mid-Fairfield.
But did you tie them?
Oh, no. Tied in regulation and then shootout wins. So I'm not sure how that works for the Connecticut League.
So I guess my point is I'm not sure which team would have opted out of state. So I'm trying to figure out, unless they're going to advance all 4, which I would... it's possible if they don't have anybody else from any of the other regions going national bound, but the other states in the region, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, and Rhode Island. That puck is sent back to the point, and they have pulled goalie Carmine Andronovich. Shot in front, Jung fights that one off near side, and that'll come back. The Academy will come through center. Williams chasing in hard on the puck. Williams gets there, and Williams sends it high and over the goal, but far enough, comes around. And with 1:37 left, Yale skating 6-on-5 here.
Nope.
Van Dale has his pocket picked at center by Chinekadere. Chinekadere chips it ahead. Williams will chase in behind the goal, centering there. Williams, Chinekadere battling. Actually, that is Gordon 16, not 15. As Williams sits back at the blue line and awaits Yale coming back through the neutral zone. Pass up to Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss is turned away at the blue line. Gordon tries to make the right play there and doesn't try the shot short of the red line, but his pass goes off a skate. Yale will dump it back in with 1:04 to go. Williams along the half wall will skate it deeper into the zone. Williams curling out front. Williams with nice puck control there, sends a pass up for Gordon. Gordon makes a move. He gains the center red line and buries it for the empty net goal. Justin Gordon will ice this one for the Academy, and they will go up 2-0 here with 52.9 seconds left to play. And good puck possession and control there by Williams to escape the zone, get it to Gordon. Gordon made sure he got over the red line, and from about 90 feet, buries it dead center to put the Academy up by 2 goals here. Big hard hit along the wall. We're going to get a penalty here on Yale.
Are you sure?
Boreanaz.
I think it was the slash from the.
Oh no, it's on the Academy.
From the buckled child on the ice.
Okay, that was Jaden Boreanaz, so he's going to go for a slash here. And Yale, with 32.4 seconds left, will get their first power play of the game. The reason I thought it was against Yale, Scotty, was because I thought after the hit, the Academy had possessed the puck, but maybe
it could have been just a quick little deflection. Yeah, that was a
face-off outside the Academy zone.
Emotional penalty.
Andronovich still in the net. I'm surprised. Not likely that you could score 2 goals in 32 seconds, but I've seen it done. And with the power play, you'd think Yale would try to go 6-on-4. I mean, 2-goal difference, 3-goal difference doesn't really mean much. Along the half wall, the Academy will control with 5 seconds left as Cook will come through center. Cook not able to beat Grollo, and the final buzzer sounds. And so the Academy will come away with a 2-0 victory over Yale here, winning all 3 matchups this season so far. 3-0 at the Yale Showcase, 3-1 last night, and 2-0 today. DeSantis and Justin Gordon are your goal scorers, and a really strong performance from Carmine Andronovich kept this game a lot closer than the territorial and shot advantage would have suggested.
I think each one of those games was a 2-0, including an empty netter, Wells, if I'm not mistaken. So
first game was 3-0.
Oh, is that right?
But there was an empty netter in all 3 games. That is correct. So basically a 2-0 game with an empty netter, a 2-1 game plus an empty netter, and a 1-0 game here plus an empty netter. So this certainly sets up for what should be a strong contest or 2 at regionals, especially if Yale gets some of their missing bodies back in the form of
always interesting
Barrasso and Cobb.
And Zezima would be nice to have back in the on the roster as well. So and Brian Haywood as well.
So we'll see how things shape up here. We'll see whether or not we actually have a state tournament. That remains to be determined. Where are you guys next week? Before the state tournament.
It's the Beast League playoffs. So the Beast League, which I think you guys dropped into for a weekend or 2.
We are a
Beast affiliate.
Okay. We are not a full-fledged member, but the Academy will be at the Beantown Classic next weekend, as they will face off against some U16 teams, and we will have that action for you right here on YouTube on Thursday or Friday, whenever that tournament starts. And so the Academy, with a 2-0 victory here today, DeSantis and Justin Gordon, your goal scorers. That'll do it from the Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale Arena. I want to thank Scott Willard for being with me today. Thank you, Scotty.
Great time as always.
Pleasure as always. Your final score for the final time from the stock is the Selects Academy at South Kent School 15 Nationals 2 and the Yale Bulldogs U15 0. Thanks for being with us this afternoon and this morning on YouTube. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. We'll see you next weekend from Marlboro.